Hello and welcome to another update video about the S&P 500. It's been a while, but to be honest, not too much has happened about it. So the chart doesn't, or the count doesn't need to change at all. Yeah, I'm still of the view that we had here a wave 3, that this here is a wave 4. Yeah, this is now just about to cut into the wave 1 price region, and we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But I'm still of the view that at the moment, at least, there is nothing to change on this chart about this count. This can still escalate higher and can still go higher in general, right? So we have in the last video been talking about this third wave. This peaked then when it reached here our resistance area at around 4,200. Since then, it's been coming down. But now it's getting interesting because this is quite a substantial correction which we're seeing here. But I would still at the moment count this as a wave 4, depending on the price action that happens tomorrow. And that's also why I'm doing an update today, because you know, we've got the stock market open again tomorrow. I mean, the futures are already running, but we've got the stock market back open, and I would like to see how the actual stock market is reacting, the floor, how it's reacting to, or how it's opening really, after this long weekend. At the moment, the potential is that this is still a wave 4, even if we are sort of just about cutting into wave 1 price action. What does that mean? That means it can't really be counted as an impulse anymore. However, at the moment, I mean, it's basically not really cut into it here with a fraction of whatever, $1 or so, but that in itself doesn't really invalidate an impulse. There are clear rules, yes, but they also say that in the futures markets, if you have a very, 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 very slight overlap between waves 1 and 4, it's okay still, yeah. Even though this is now, of course, becoming quite a substantial correction for a fourth wave, especially if we now look at the Fibonacci retracements. This is now pulled back to the 61.8 retracement, and I might look at it in terms of another 1-2 setup. I might change that for the next video, which would escalate everything a little bit higher. This is, in my opinion, not impulsive to the downside either, so I would rather look at this as a correction at the moment. And what we probably had here is an A wave down, a B wave up, and a C wave down. But obviously it failed after that to create an impulse to the upside. Would have been nice sort of towards the end of the week, last week, to say, okay, maybe this was another one, maybe here a wave 2, but it obviously took the low out. So whenever that happens and you have an ABC structure complete, and it then fails to create an impulse to the upside, you have to assume you have an extension to the correction, basically a W, X, Y pattern. And this Y wave could be complete. Why? Why? Because you have 3 waves down. A, B, C in wave Y. Now we just need to see, can we now continue to take off from here? If we can't, then it really gets a bit difficult. Then this could really all lead to a failure. Yeah, so I would need to see now tomorrow how this all comes into place. But for now, we have key support down here at 40.60. At the moment, you could argue, okay, maybe we completed this WXY pattern, and as long as we're holding now the 40.56 level, this could possibly be, on the micro level really, a wave 1 to the upside, yeah, and a small wave 2 which is coming down now. But then again, if we draw the Fips just of this small microstructure, this should not drop below 40.63. If it does, that's the next pivot. If it does, maybe overnight here in the futures, then this will also most likely fail. And then we really need to look at, right, what is the structure that we had here? Then I can't really count this anymore as a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4. This is really, if it makes one more low, I wouldn't count this anymore as a wave 4. Then the idea might come up that this is a 1-2 and another series of 1-2 setups. I did want to avoid that because we have too many of them. and then it gets unrealistic at some point. But yeah, the key support levels and pivot points that you need to be watching now here, the 55 level, and below that the next working support level is here the 3964 level, against which we can focus on higher. I mean, we already have quite a lot of 1-2 setups here. 1, 2, then here another 1, 2, 1, 2. No, this was not 1. 1, 2, and then here another small 1, 2. And if this now comes down too much, this might become another 1-2 setup. So we'll see. There are headwinds at the moment, generally in the market. You know, talks about increasing interest rates get more dominant again. So again, you know, these are, I'm not telling you necessarily that the overall low here of the bear market was already in. I mean, we're tracking this at the moment, and if at some point it fails, it fails. It's similar to Bitcoin. We need to take it level by level at this stage. At the moment, if you zoom out a little bit, you can very clearly see that the movements of the lows here in December and of October, so far it is a bit choppy, and so far we really only have 3 waves up. So this could easily still break and fail, especially if we come close here to the December low. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of the basis on which it currently builds. That you have here a wave 1 to the upside, then a wave 2 to the downside. It should really rally now. If it doesn't, I mean, we could possibly consider, you know, if it fails to deliver now, and if it stays below 4,200, maybe we had this in. That's a dog, by the way. Maybe we had the situation that this was a wave 1. This was just an A wave. This is an overshooting B wave, and we will come down lower for a C wave and then have an extended 1-2 setup. But I wouldn't really want to entertain that idea too strongly, as long as we, or until we really get close to these December lows, January lows. So we will keep observing that. Okay, that's my update about the S&P 500. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.